I've been wondering this week about the experience of the hundreds of volunteers here at COP. They're everywhere and they're mostly super helpful. They're also entirely young folks. I'm wondering how they find out about this volunteering gig. Are they missing school to be here? Are they receiving any kind of compensation? Or are they being kind of forced to do it? I tried to find out and asked several volunteers if they'd be willing to be interviewed about their experience, but I gave up after a while because the responses were always the same. They said, "We are not allowed to do interviews." It makes sense, I guess. Azerbaijan is an authoritarian state with strict press censorship. The organization Reporters Without Borders ranks Azerbaijan 164th out of 180 countries for press freedom, writing that virtually the entire media sector is under official control, and state-owned television is the most popular information source. No independent television or radio is transmitted from within the country, and all print newspapers with a critical stance have been shut down. I imagine this mentality also informed the directive to volunteers to not do interviews. And I didn't want to push or pressure them because this year has already seen a rise in journalists detained in Azerbaijan, which I'm assuming is for the reporting related to COP. When Azeri youth are unable to speak freely about their experience at the event, let alone speak about their petrostate shenanigans, it's going to be impossible to come to clear agreements about climate policy. My takeaway from all of this is that just as we need all hands on deck, we need all cards on the table. We need full transparency about funding, interests, relationships between governments, corporations, where the money's coming from, and what's being said behind those doors that we're not allowed to go through.